Good morning, good day, friends. This is Tracy Brown, your somatic nutrition therapist and attuned eating expert. And this week we're talking about self-care and all the messiness that goes around with it, because all of us know in our big S, our true self, our adult, competent, getting on with life self, that self-care in its most basic form means that we get enough food and water and sleep. And then the bigger things like purpose and rest and play and connection, and the list goes on and on. But what are the big, I've been thinking about this for a long time for myself personally and for all the people I've worked with for the last 20 years, is that what are some of the big hindrances that really, if you distill it down to the bottom line, what prevents people from doing the things that would bring maybe some rest, some joy, some recharging, all the good stuff, right? And the big two are fear and rejection. And we're going to call it self-rejection first, because self-rejection comes after being rejected. So we're going to start at those two places. Fear. Why would we be afraid to, I know I need to take a vacation. I know I need to recharge, be less responsible, hide in the bathroom and get away from the kids for 2 seconds to have a moment to myself. And why is it that sometimes we feel afraid to do that? Well, let's look at what fear is. Fear is a hyper activated state in our nervous system, right? So in our autonomic nervous system, sympathetic means that we have some mobilization. And not all mobilization is bad, right? We need to have some mobilization to get up in the morning and get our day going. That's not a bad thing. But when it comes in this hyperactivated state, it's like it feels like we're in threat. And so why would self-care feel like a threat? It may be because maybe rest is overcoupled with somebody once told you that, if you don't work hard on anybody else, you'll never be a success. Or people who watch TV are lazy, or whatever some messages you heard when you were young about what it means to play or to rest, and that will get you rejected or in trouble. You might not want to do it, so it's really hard as an adult. Maybe you didn't get your needs met, so it's all up to you, and it would feel fearful to slow down, because if you slow down, no needs get met. That could cause this adult fear that really isn't based in here and now time, maybe reality of things you can problem solve to get your needs met, but it has a memory time driver underneath it that creates the fear. Let's go to the other end of the spectrum, rejection. If you get rejected, even from the womb on, and I can go on to really deep stories about this, like not being wanted, being maybe the sex your parents didn't want, all up into your adulthood and being rejected. That makes us feel bad, makes us feel sad. Maybe you feel shame. Those are dorsal states. It kind of shuts you down. So maybe you tried to get your needs met, but it didn't work. It felt too hard. You got rejected. It's going to make you self-reject yourself from letting yourself have enough juice to go get your needs met. So when you're in a dorsal state, there's a little bit of what's the point? It's too hard. It doesn't matter. I don't deserve it anyway. Those things can cause you to not do self-care. And it could be as simple as wow, I know my vitamin D is low and I don't take my vitamin D, which theoretically would take me 5 seconds. Really interesting. What is happening in my morning or in my evening when maybe you thought, okay, I'm going to take my vitamin D capsule to get my levels back up and maybe to have a better mood, more energy, whatever, and you're finding you just don't do it. That's probably more of a dorsal state of feeling like either in a fog and you don't really know how to reach for your needs, or it feels like it doesn't really matter anyway. And when you're hearing those thoughts are thoughts, honestly, of self-rejection. Self-rejection comes from being rejected. And so in Friday's video, we're going to talk a little bit more about how to get out of these states that maybe prevent self-care. So I want you to think about, as you watch this video, maybe go back and rewatch it again, around where you get stuck. You get more stuck with lack of self-care in the hyperactivation, more like fear, more hypoactivation, like shame, what's it matter? reflect on that. Where did some of that come from? Where were those influences? Did you not see other people that maybe were in your life that didn't know how to do self-care either? And there's a messaging there. And it doesn't mean it's going to feel good. And you're going to feel the difference in your body once you separate yourself from old messaging or the old neural pathway. If you stand here beside me and look at what tells you from over here, like on a movie screen, that's keeping you from allowing maybe access to the things that you do have that would help you. When you're able to see what part of you that is, it's a little easier to have some compassionate witnessing to it, and it make a little bit more sense versus blaming yourself in now time that you just can't get it together. That's not true. Most people have a desire. It's just that other things get in the way, or other parts of us get in the way. So in Friday's video, we will take what you learned Wednesday and then put some resources to that. So I hope this video was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this helpful, please pass this along to friends. I think that we could all use a little bit of encouragement around this issue as well. So I will see you Friday. Take care. Bye.